Welcome to this healing meditation. I hope this can be an opportunity for you to shift away from your typical experience, stepping back from all of your stressors and the distressing feelings that they produce. We experience all of reality through our perception primarily being filled with a constant stream of thinking. Automatic thoughts that are full of cognitive distortions. Thinking lost in time. Either a worry or fear-filled future of problems and potential catastrophes. And on a more subtle level, disconnect from others, especially those we love most. That there may be conflict, that they may harbor feelings towards us that evoke great distress within us, such as feelings of loneliness and sadness. And thoughts lost in the past about all of our transgressions, all of the mistakes that we made, evoking feelings of inadequacy, not feeling enough, and much more distressing feelings, like we are a failure, and feelings of worthlessness. And this is how most experience the world. As Thoreau said, most people lead lives of quiet desperation. When we come out of our childhoods, we've been conditioned by primarily culture, filtered through our family, fully believing we are all the thoughts and feelings that we experience. This is a distortion known as cognitive fusion. And so step one to healing is recognizing that we are not the thoughts and feelings passing through us. We are the consciousness that experiences all of these. A well-studied principle known as cognitive diffusion from acceptance and commitment therapy that is resonant with what every wisdom tradition has taught us throughout history. And so in gaining this awareness that one is not one's thoughts and feelings, one can begin to step back a bit. And in beginning to step back from that constant stream in which there is no space anywhere, one can start to experience a little more space. And in doing so, it's very wise to direct your attention simply to the fact that you're breathing. Beginning to reconnect with your breath. A reality that most of us are not aware of in most of the moments of our life. And by beginning to slow down your breath some, you can begin to shift your physiological state. And in turn, begin to shift your psychological and emotional state. And as you begin to connect with your breath, feeling it moving in gently and moving out, not needing to do anything with it, simply following along, letting your breath breathe you. You can also direct your attention to your physical form, checking in on all of the muscles of your body, observing for any tension or stress. Our distress is stored in our physical form. And by using these somatic interventions of connecting with your breath and actively relaxing your muscles, you can begin to shift the state of your body, which is a powerful tool to cultivate both psychological wellness and physical wellness. So here, let's rest for a moment. Our mind always has us searching for the next thing to do. We're all conditioned by culture to be human doers. And here, now as you're stepping out of that, let's slow down and not do for a few moments. Putting your attention on the beautiful sounds of the waves rolling in here at sunrise, and the sound of these beautiful birds, the piping plovers you may see in front of you now, and any seagulls that may pass. Breathing in, you're breathing in. Breathing out, you're breathing out. Breathing in, you're breathing in. Breathing out, you're breathing out. As you're here in this silence, stepping back from the stream of problematic thoughts, begin to tune in on kindness. Being compassionate towards yourself. In light of all the challenges that you face, in your life situation, and all the distress that you experience in your internal world. engaging in self-compassion is one of the most powerful tools we have to heal. Engaging in self-compassion for a period of just weeks literally begins to physically change the brain, reducing the signaling that occurs in the parts of the brain that experience threat and intensely distressing emotions, and increasing signaling in the parts of the brain that allow one to experience more feelings of calm and feeling secure. And self-compassion is putting your attention on being in the space of compassion for yourself, for yourself, for yourself, and others, because we are all connected in the field of consciousness, otherwise known as the quantum field. One of the most powerful things we can all do to create the life that we want is paradoxically to slow down and move in the direction of, in more moments, doing nothing. Connecting with our breaths and with our physical form, and directing our attention to this place of compassion and love for ourselves and for others. So now gently sit with yourself, with your eyes closed if you choose, or your eyes open, observing the ocean and the piping plovers. We're searching for their breakfast in front of us. Watching the thoughts and feelings passing through, and doing your best to stay connected to your breath. Stay in this place of compassion and love, not touching these thoughts and feelings, allowing them to pass through and be carried away with the tide. So now begin to gently return. For some of you, that may have been calming with an easy flow to it. For others, that may have been challenging with thoughts that you were not doing it well enough. The mind makes everything into another thing to be done, with only one potential outcome being acceptable, and that's doing it perfectly. When in reality, as the third patriarch of Zen said, the great way is not difficult for those with no preferences. Whether you're able to do it or not. And so from this place of hopefully greater peace and space, there's a powerful opportunity to begin to set your intentions going forward from this moment for the rest of the day and for the rest of your week and month going forward. Until one is clear of one's intentions, the likelihood of experiencing them is very low. And since we experience all of reality through our perception, and the primary thing that colors our perception is our feeling state, it is always wisest for our primary intention to be the feelings that we're interested in experiencing as the primary feelings in our feeling state in more moments. Our feeling state is like a piece of music from the symphony. All the feelings are in there, even seemingly opposite ones. Happiness right next to sadness, anxiety next to calm, next to anger. Of our cognitive distortions, the core distortion is all or nothing thinking, the idea that it's one or the other, when in reality they're both there. So, now let's identify your primary intention. With all the feelings in your feeling state all the time, let's identify which feelings you want to be the core feelings in your feeling state. We'll walk through a palette of feelings here. And you can select the feelings you're most interested in. So, in your feeling state, there are feelings of happiness. They may be very quiet. You may really have to tune in and travel to an experience you had in the past to connect with those. Often the ones that people are interested in are more quiet, and the distressing ones are louder. And so happiness next to feelings of sadness, feelings of anxiety next to calm and feelings of anger, feelings of empowerment next to feelings of powerlessness, helplessness, even hopelessness, feelings of feeling secure and enough next to feelings of inadequacy, shame, and guilt. Feelings of connectedness next to feelings of disconnectedness. Feelings of love, confusion, clarity, disappointment. So of all of those, identify the feelings you're most interested in. as we walk through there, of the distressing feelings, label those. Gently step back from them. Allow the tide here to carry them away. As an example, because so many over time have shared these as their desired feelings, let's set a primary intention of having more feelings of calm, feeling secure, and love. Calm, secure, love. Calm, secure, love. One of the most powerful definitions of mindfulness is attention training. So direct your attention mindfully on your primary intention of calm, secure love. We're all conditioned in childhood to look outside of ourselves and act outside of ourselves, with the hope in the end it will allow us to have the feeling state that we want. The external world, however, there are so many variables that it's not possible to arrange them in just such a way to allow one to feel calm and secure consistently. The strategy that's employed in the extrapersonal world is seeking control, and you already know by this point that control isn't possible. So since the intention is to create the feeling state rather than acting outside of yourself with the hopes of creating the feeling state, which is never possible, leaving one not feeling less distress, but often with greater feelings of inadequacy for not doing it good enough, and powerlessness for not being able to create the change one wants. Instead of looking out there, begin to look inside, directly to the source, cultivating the feeling state you want first, and then acting in the world second. So once again, return your attention to calm, secure love. Calm, secure love. As if a mantra. The word mantra in Sanskrit being defined as mind's protector. So slowing down, calm, secure love. As you do this, perhaps beginning to feel a smile rise up from the bottom of your heart as you remain in this place of compassion and love for yourself and for others. Remaining connected to your breath. Remaining in this place outside of time. Your thinking no longer dragging you to the future or the past. And now that you've set your primary intention, now you can move your attention to secondary intentions. Things you want to cultivate in your life. In your personal life. Quality of interrelatedness with those you care about. Experiences such as this, being in beautiful nature. Special interests you want to explore, and abilities you want to cultivate. Attending to growing financial security, shaping your career in the direction in which it resonates with you more. And so here, clarify your intentions. Cultivate the ability to put your attention on your intentions. And then, a very important step, practice non-attachment to the outcome. It is in that attachment that your thinking mind comes in with its all or nothing thinking, good, bad, right, wrong. Where if your intention is not experienced immediately, it judges you as having done it wrong, evoking feelings of inadequacy and not feeling secure, feelings of anxiety, feelings of disconnectedness. And so, return your attention once again to your breath, your physical form, your primary intention of a feeling state of calm, secure love. Calm, secure love. And then direct your attention to your secondary intentions. Practicing non-attachment to the outcome. Once again, the third patriarch of Zen said, the great way is not difficult for those with no preferences. None. It's the preferences where mind tricks us, leading to suffering. So, stay connected and feel your breath, moving in and moving out. Once again, put your attention on actively relaxing the muscles of your body from the top of your head, down through the powerful muscles of your jaw, shoulder, and hips, your flight, fight, freeze muscles, and through all the muscles of your physical form. Slowing down, feeling that smile rise up from the bottom of your heart, feeling connected in the space of love to yourself and to those around you that you love the most. And here we'll end for today. I hope that you can leave this meditation from this place you're in, rather than where you came into this meditation. Whatever struggles and distress and thoughts were occurring then, allow them to continue to flow where they'll flow, right out with the tide, while you leave this meditation from here, carrying this feeling state, carrying this awareness, with your intentions being the primary thing in your consciousness. Wherever you go, experiencing calm, secure love. I wish you peace and love as you go forward. Thank you for listening.